So I recuperate my suitcase in Singapore, where the small Victoria Hotel offers me a freshly renovated room at a reasonable price, a rare thing here. I'm right downtown next to the Singapore Art Museum. Does this city-state encourage dating? Maybe. Art lovers, beware. Then I go and wander around and discover, among other things, the famous Raffles Hotel, the birthplace of the legendary Singapore Sling in 1913. At the end of the afternoon, a friend takes me to the typically Chinese district of the city. Surprising to talk about the Chinese district in a city in which over 75% of the population is Chinese. But since the whole city is super modern and cosmopolitan, this old neighborhood and its older constructions contrasts with the rest of the city. I look around while she buys food and cane juice being extracted this time by a very modern piece of equipment. Singapore is a city-state extraordinarily modern in its planning. Its urban, social, and administrative structures are a model to be studied. Sitting on an island of some 584 square kilometers and counting over 5 million inhabitants, its economic dynamism makes it one of the four lions of South Asia, with South Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. With approximately 8% of its people from India migration and origins, visiting the district called Little India is a must. See these clothes drying stand installed on the windows? Electricity is very expensive in the city-state, where the cost of living is high. An evening stroll lets me see the illuminated downtown, and the next day I'm back in the same area to visit the Asian Civilization Museum, rich of the treasures and history of Southeastern Asia. Crossing over on the bridge in front of the museum, one walks along the river bordered with many restaurants. It's a good thing. It's time to eat. The stroll is charming, the landscape is rich in artistic works, and there is still a hint of Victorian age. A warm and humid climate being a daily reality through the year, here's a back alley to make you smile. River cruises are offered. Well, how can I resist? In the Malaysian, Chinese and Victorian style on the banks, old commercial buildings from the 19th century have been maintained and transformed into boutiques and restaurants.
The facades of the boat and shop houses.
From its Merlion, Singapore's icon with the head of a lion and the body of a fish, to the most impressive skyscrapers, its flower-decorated boats and historical buildings, Singapore has charm. Charm indeed. and shopping is of international standard. Back in the Chinese district, I have the chance to witness a Buddhist ceremony in the city's oldest temple. Several buildings take you back to the yesteryears of the colony, and Buddha watches over the city. The Geylang district is a notable paradox, where the hotels dedicated to prostitution and recognizable by the large numbers of their address are neighboring with the religious temples in an area where taxes are more affordable. These religious groups operate on a business model and live off of community donations. Another police crackdown, illegal gaming, copy merchandise, the whole thing. The police force is very vigilant and the laws very severe. As macaroons and tea unite all nations, en route to one of my friend Sylvia's favorite tea room to share my last moments in Singapore. I feel a bit nostalgic at this point and wish I could spend the rest of my life traveling to visit my friends around the world. But I am well rested and looking forward to discover Rajasthan.